This morning, as we were all together and kind of going through the motions of what the new show is going to look and feel like downtown, first live show is going to be Tuesday afternoon down there at 668 Euclid, and we were going through the motions there, and we were able to really do a deep dive in one of the back studios there where our video department will be posted up. Swisher Sweats was unavailable to meet with us this morning. Yeah, it was very early. It was like Mary Santora early, like 8, 9 a.m.
Way too early.
Way too early.
I've been up since
like
then.
The crack of ass, man, is what we're talking about.
Oh, thank you.
How did you end up getting up so early?
Because I had things to do, man. I had to go to the vet for this dumb cat.
Oh, yeah, Mary was out yesterday because of her cat.
This cat's going to be the death of me, both financially, emotionally. I'm at my wit's end.
Now you
with
can't
her.
go on vacations next year because you have a cat.
Dude,
How's that feel?
That's exactly how I feel right now. She's bankrupting me. So she had to have...
So does that make it easier to understand his
Not at all.
worry about...
Because I would still go on a vacation.
Well, no, but you can also let the cat die. He can't let his daughter die.
Or
right?
the patio is what his concern.
He can't let the dream of a new patio die.
So my cat had a mass on her ear that needed to be removed. And while she was under, they were going to do a teeth cleaning, right? So they took her into surgery yesterday. They did the mass removal super easy. And then they ended up having to pull 2 teeth because I guess she had what's the equivalent of a cat cavity where she had like holes in her teeth that had like exposed roots. So she had a cavity, yes. So they had to pull 2 teeth. So I went and picked her up. Her pickup time was 3, but by the time they went through everything and all of her medications and all of her after surgery care, I didn't get back to my house until like 4 o'clock. And so they're like, all right, set her up. She's going to be wonky because of the anesthesia. So try to set her up in a room that she's comfortable in, put her food, put her litter in there. So I get everything set up. And when I went, she had this friggin' cone on, okay? And my cat's never even worn a collar.
Cone of shame.
So she doesn't even she didn't like having things around her neck. I've never been able to get a collar on her. So when I went to go pick her up out of her carrying case, she flipped out. She scratched up my arm. She was biting and clawing at me.
You sent me that photo, and I was like, what am I looking at? I thought you were showing me a new tattoo.
No, I was showing you the scratches on my arms.
Yeah.
So she scratched up my arms, and so because of that, I dropped her because she was clawing at me, and then she has this cone on, so she's running around the house. It was pure chaos. Running around the house.
Your boyfriend's home?
No, he's at work. Bashing her head into everything because she doesn't have a sense of direction because of the cone. He would have
flipped if he'd been home.
Well, I mean, more than anything else, it was just chaotic. It was just like every 2 feet, she's smashing her head into something else. She just had surgery and 2 teeth pulled. So I'm worried she's going to bust open a stitch or something like that.
Are we talking about your cat or Anne H right now?
The cat. Dude, she just died. So I'm like chasing her around the house for no joke, probably 30 minutes. Because every time I go to grab her, she gets away from me or claws at me because she's scared and freaked out. So it took me like a half hour to finally get her into the room I needed her secluded in, which is my boyfriend's drum room. And then once I finally get her in that room, she's like running around, smashing her head into the drums, and she can't fit into her normal hiding spots. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna leave you in this room.
You don't want to put her in the bathroom or something?
I can't fit all of her stuff in our bathrooms.
No. I mean, while she doesn't know where her stuff is, I would assume. You said she's still kind of in a post-anesthetic fog.
Right, but they said I have to keep her in one room with all of her things, with her litter box, with her food, with her water, and our bathrooms are super small, so I wouldn't be able to put all that stuff in the bathroom. So I go to put away her medication, and they gave us like wet food and unload the car. And by the time I got back into the room, she had gotten out of her collar, out of her cone, wedged herself back behind the couch to a point where I couldn't get her. So it was just, at that point, it was like 4:30. And that's when I texted you, and I was like, man, I'm not even going to be able to somewhat come in till 5. And so then they were like, well, when she gets home, because she hadn't eaten anything all day, they're like, make sure she eats something and then give her 30 minutes. And if she doesn't puke, you can feed her more. She has not eaten anything since yesterday at 5 in the morning. She wouldn't eat anything yesterday. She hasn't eaten anything today. I've tried to give her wet food.
Her trust has been broken.
Dude,
she doesn't trust you.
And I feel so bad because her stupid little cat brain doesn't understand what's happening. She knows my mouth hurts. Part of my ear is gone. This is BS. I got this stupid cone on. How dare you drop me off with these people?
Thank you for saving my life.
No, that doesn't register.
Oh.
So I'm just so stressed out because she hasn't eaten anything. She's drank water, but
She thinks it's a trap. As soon as she goes out and gets like
I can't get
food
anywhere
or anything,
near her.
she's like,
She won't let me anywhere near her. She won't let me pet her. She won't let me.
Oh, sounds like paradise.
As soon as I come close to her, she runs off. I've tried to feed her everything.
Sounds like a dream.
No.
A cat that wants to be nowhere
She
near
hasn't
you.
eaten in 2
Oh,
days.
fantastic.
That's what Brian was like, dude. When she gets hungry enough, she will eat. She's just so picky.
Or you'll find a little skeleton under
Yeah.
his hi-hat stand.
Yeah, you'll have
in a few days.
One problem solved.
That's right.
No,
What's the
dude.
matter
If
with
this
that?
cat dies, I'm gonna be a train wreck. I'm gonna be such a mess. if this
More of a
cat
train wreck, you
dies.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's not recovering well. She won't come out from her hiding spots, and when she does, she like sprints past us to use the litter box and then sprints back away. So
sounds like a very expensive procedure, like having a mass removed and then like 2 teeth
It was.
pulled.
It was.
Good God.
That's why everyone with a pet has to figure out what their number is.
I'm getting close to it, man.
At what number will I just let Nick? You're a believer in fate. It seems to me you're throwing tacks in the road in front of fate.
Well, they were like, because I asked them, I was like, the mass on her ear doesn't seem to bother her. And it's been there for probably at least 6 months.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, because
turn
it's
into cancer.
red, right, it could be cancerous. We have to take it off before we can biopsy it, yada, yada, yada. So they were like, this is pretty necessary. And I was like, but how necessary? Because the number you're quoting me
Is it
doesn't
$2,000
seem-
necessary?
Right, $1,200.
Yeah.
That's ran me
Sure.
$1,200.
We thought our dog had cancer 2 years ago, so we took her in, and she had it just turned out to be like a lipoma or a fatty mass or something. But when animals get older, they start to develop just like these little fatty masses, and you
Yeah.
don't know what they are.
Yeah,
so it's like,
my dog had one, and we got it removed. But then,
and then your neighbor removed your dog.
no, but no, that was one dog. We had 3, but we got the mass removed, and then like 6 months later, she died, and it was not even related to the mass. Like she was like, "I wanted my mass. Why'd you take my mass
Right.
away?
You're still
How dare you?"
still paying off the vet bills, and the dog doesn't have the good sense to hang on.
I wasn't good enough with my mass. You wanted to get rid of it?
They had to shave her little paw to give her an IV in her arm, so half of her arm is like this
good God.
gross little chicken wing looking thing.
Do you
She's
have-
so this poor cat, man?
Do you have vet insurance?
No, I don't know that that's a thing.
It is, but it's
yeah.
kind of a scam. I think it's like, in case your animal gets sick, we'll pay for 1/100th of what it costs.
I was gonna
you
say
know?
there's certain companies that cover that. They have animal insurance.
I think I actually might have pet insurance in my like renter's insurance. It's like $10 a month or something like that, but I've never like made a claim with it.
Insurance companies are always trying to come up with newfangled policies for people, and somebody along the line was like, "Pet insurance,
Yeah.
let's
That's
do
actually
that."
not a bad idea though.
It's not a
'cause
bad idea, but it's like it's not like it covers 100% of what's going on with your animal. Just like human insurance,
Right.
Right. We'll pay a little bit, or we'll turn it down completely. Thanks for your monthly premiums.
Wouldn't it suck though if your pet had better insurance than like your family?
Right.
Like we got Obamacare. This dude got like full coverage.
Well, they gave me this like application for a care card, which covers like, you can cover your own medical bills with. It's like a credit card specifically for medical issues. Is the way that they described it to me. That you can do it for yourself, for any kind of medical visit for you, any kind of medical visit for your pets, and if it's under $1,000, it's 6 months, same as cash. There's no APR on it at all. If it's over $1,000, it's 12 months, same as cash. If you get approved for this credit card, but if you don't pay it off in that 6 months, the APR is like 30%.
You're making my head explode. I don't even know what's going on.
Do you know how credit cards work?
I mean, kind of.
It's a credit card for medical bills.
I see.
with a no.
What could go wrong with
interest,
that?
no
A credit
interest.
card for medical bills.
No interest for a
6
certain amount of
months.
time.
Yes, 6 months.
If you pay it off in 6 months, there's no interest.
Right.
But if you don't, then it's like skyrocketed
Most people,
interest.
of course,
Yeah.
because most people, it takes them years to pay off their medical bills.
Yeah.
If you could pay it off in 6 months, you'd pay it off when you had it done.
Right.
Yeah.
So she still hasn't eaten. They said if she doesn't eat by tonight, they have to prescribe her.
Put her down. Oh,
No, Alan, they have to prescribe her an appetite stimulant. So drinking
Weed.
this.
Get her
cat-
high.
Oh, maybe I should just give her an edible. She won't eat anything. What blows?
Yeah.
Smoke a joint and blow it in her mouth.
I wonder what's gonna be
Smoke weed every
like
day.
the thing that makes her come out of her funk. Like maybe Brian's just gonna be like playing the drums or something, or he'll be sitting there. He comes up to her like, I don't trust this bitch, so
I
I'm
don't
just
think she
gonna
does,
crawl
man.
on you.
She can't come anywhere near me. I had to give her medicine this morning. She gets pain meds It's like a little syringe. She didn't fight me at all on that, which
say,
I was very surprised.
Give me
at.
my perk.
She's like zoned out. And
Where's
high.
my Zen with the lean, Mary?
Zen with the lean. Right.
But I had to go. I had to call the vet this morning. Mm-hmm. Is this the version? Yeah.
It's Poundcake, just the dog in Poundcake. Of course, George Clinton using cat as a euphemism for vaginas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to call them this morning to see if I could give her medication on an empty stomach because she hasn't eaten anything.
Your empty stomach or her empty stomach?
Both.
Yeah.
I baby bird it to her.
You two need to coordinate. You have to be like a pelican. You need to coordinate your empty stomachs.
Right.
So you need to fast before you give her medicine.
Yeah.
Just so you can really empathize.
So they opened at 8 a.m. I took care of that first thing in the morning before I came downtown to our little dry run. So
How has your boyfriend been dealing with this whole scenario?
well, this isn't anything that's stressing him out.
But he lives in the house, and he's
Yeah, but-
probably dealing with a cat wailing, or
No, she's
Oh, it's
just
not.
in hiding. She
Oh.
just isn't coming
Oh, so
out.
he's loving life.
If anything, it's me that he's annoyed with because I'm stressed out. And he's like, she's going to eat. Just relax. Leave her alone. Quit chasing her around with food. She's going to be fine.
Chasing her around with food.
I do. I have like chicken. And I'm like, come here. Like,
I took her food and I fashioned it into a suppository, and we're going to try it that
I
way.
would. Honestly, I would try anything at this point.
Wow.
She hasn't eaten in 2 days, man. Well, 36 hours. It's a long time.
All right, well, I understand.
But yeah.
In the traffic report there, the guy was talking about how the feast, they call it the feast.
Yeah.
Because it's so well known in Little Italy, the Feast of the Assumption. It's a big thing. It's like Guidopalooza. And they're like, oh, there'll be traffic because of the feast. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for Mary Santora to reprise her on-screen role to show up, do an appearance. Hey, what's going on,
I'm from
everybody?
New York.
Hey,
I'm an agent.
hey, I'm here with the feast.
Yo,
How do you
Dad,
like this?
Where's my cannoli?
Hey, leave the gun.
I don't know why I turn into a penguin whenever I become a
Hey,
Yeah, what are your-
I got little wings when I do it.
I don't know. Why not?
It's what I feel, I guess.
Feast of the Assumption.
Go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I haven't either. We used to we lived in Pittsburgh with me and my first wife. They had a thing like this, and we had a lot of friends that were like organizers of whatever it is, and so we used to go to that. But I've never been to I don't need to go over to the East Side.
It's just a pain
Come
in the
on,
ass
man.
to get to because it's not even really like the east side. It's in that University Circle kind of
Little
area.
Italy. It's just on the main stretch there.
but there's no highway to get there.
Right. Well, that's the argument against going to the East Side for anything.
Yeah.
Let alone this. We got parked 15 minutes away and walk
Exactly.
to have somebody's overcooked ziti. Come on. For the past 121 years, all I'm saying is this role that Mary Santora played in this upcoming film. There's a lot of this.
It's
Hey!
New York.
How do you like this?
Give me a slice.
I will have the gabagool. Historic Little Italy. Right. Yeah, Cleveland's not big on it's not big on ethnic neighborhoods, is it? Like every town
like
has
New
a
York.
Well, I'm not expecting that. I'm just saying like there's
we have an Asia town and we have Little Italy, and then
there's like a Ukrainian
Yeah.
village, whatever, but that's like a couple of
Slavic
blocks.
village.
What?
Slavic village?
There's a Ukrainian village, isn't
Is there? I've never heard Ukrainian village.
It's probably a subset of Slavic village. Ukrainians are very specific about what they like. Yeah, Slavic village, Ukrainian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you call one group the other group, they go, what are you, Polish? They go, I'm Ukrainian.
Yeah.
They get all pissed off. Even before the whole Russia stuff. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe get over there and, take your mind off the cat situation and you can really...
Method act.
Yeah, why not?
I'll figure it out.
It'll be a lot of fun. Alan, today may be the last get down in that studio, but it will not be the last time that Mary is annoyed by something that Bill does in the studio.
No, that'll never end.
Always.
As long as we're both on this show, that'll be what that is.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, is what I mean.
My boyfriend and I got into another
Jesus Christ.
Another what?
another hypothetical argument.
Why are you guys
Is this
having
what you-
hypothetical?
I
This
know
is
you-
your love language,
This is
isn't
what
it?
you guys like to do.
You get mad,
we
then
have fun.
then you
When
probably have makeup sex.
I need to specify that when I say fights and arguments, it's like mostly lighthearted. And then usually it'll take a turn where we're like, wait a minute, are we being serious? Because someone will
Well,
start
get
to get
serious
annoyed.
when you come on the show and go, so my boyfriend's an idiot and said we can't get
such
a
a-
patio
Right.
because I want to go to Italy.
Well, that's actually what he said. He was like, I can't wait to see how you spin this on air tomorrow. Because we were watching My 600-Pound Life. And they went to the doctor, and the lady's there, the big fat lady's there with her tiny, skinny little husband. And he's like, I enable her. I give her whatever she wants. I just don't want the fight. And I looked at Brian, and I was like, if I ever get that big, do not feed me. And he goes, what makes you think I would hang around if you were that big?
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me?
If you don't respect yourself, how can he?
Well, I said, okay, maybe not 600 pounds, but how much weight could I gain before you would leave?
20 pounds.
He said, whatever you're at right now. I was like, are you?
Wow.
I was like, excuse
Good
me?
answer. Good answer.
He's like, don't you know how nesting works? The two of you are living together. He's still staying svelte.
Right. So I was
By your
like,
own admission, you started putting pounds on when you moved in with him.
I was like, are
Because
you
everybody
kidding
gets
me?
comfy. You're not
Well,
in single
yeah.
shape anymore. You're getting comfy.
She got extra chips from the cafe.
Yeah. Well, I
Yep.
was just like, dude, I was like, okay, what if I hit 200? If I gained 60 pounds? I said, would you stick around? He's like, absolutely not. Like, he didn't even need
200 pounds.
He didn't even need a moment to think about it. Like instantly, he's like, "No, I'm not attracted to big girls. I don't want to be with somebody who I'm not sexually attracted to." I said, "So if I gained 60 pounds, say over the next 10 years,
Why would you gain 60 pounds?
it just might happen. I don't know."
It's not going to be because a lot of women use pregnancy as the excuse. It's
not gonna be that.
And and it's not a bad excuse. I mean, pregnancy weight is very hard to lose. So, and you're dealing with kids, right?
Right.
That's never going to be your situation.
I said, what if
you're
it's
never going to have pregnancy weight.
What if it's a gradual thing? Like it happens, you don't gain 60 pounds in 1 year, but if you gain 10 pounds a year for 6 years,
Well,
and
you know
now,
all weight gain is gradual, right?
Well, I told him, I was like, what if we've been together now for 8 years? I'm 60 pounds heavier. We've built this life.
I love how you keep throwing hypotheticals at him.
I know.
He told you his answer from the jump.
And that's exactly what it was.
200 pounds, honey.
He goes, what, after year 2 or 3, when you keep having to buy new clothes, you wouldn't notice? I was like, damn, dude, you are rude.
And he's got to get you off the
He's
couch.
accurate.
He's got to get you off the couch with that thing that they put pizzas into the wood oven with,
Like a paddle.
Yeah, come on.
He did not even hesitate. And
Why
then
would
I
he?
I know.
Look at him. He's staying
He
sharp.
said that. The way that he said it, it made me laugh so hard. And I was like, are you serious? I said, we've built a life. We've been together 8 years. We have a house. And he looks at me and he goes, I'm hot. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, I'm not going to be with somebody I'm not sexually attracted to. He's like, end of story. You're not gaining 60 pounds.
Yeah, well,
I was just like, damn.
I think it's a matter of self-respect.
Yeah. No,
It is. How
it's-
can he be expected to respect you if you don't respect yourself?
I don't think it's self-respect. He's like, I'm not going to be with someone I don't want to have sex with. That was really what it was.
I'm trying to soften the blow.
But what if he gets to a point where he's like, actually, I'm kind of into this.
That's what I said. I said, have you ever been with a big girl? And he said, no, because that's not what I'm sexually attracted to. And I said, what if we do it and all my fat pushes everything in and it's super tight and you end up loving it? And he's like, I'm not even going to...
So do you feel weird now that you realize you're walking the tightrope?
That this is as big as I'm allowed to get?
Yeah.
Well, I told him, I was like, when we first started dating...
He's going to break out the calipers.
Right, the little pinchy things
Yes.
for the back of my arm. When we first started dating, I had just quit drinking. So I was about 15 pounds heavier than I am now when he and I very first started dating.
Her boyfriend's like Steve Wynn. Walking through the casino, pinching the waitresses,
Yeah.
measuring them at the Bellagio or whatever. Oh boy!
But yeah, I was honestly, because he is so caring and can be so sensitive and patient and loving, but just with the amount of
You asked him the wrong question.
the way that he just stuck to it, immediately said it, and was like, "Oh, absolutely not! You are out of your mind if you think I'm going to be with you if you weigh
I will be
200
I will be
pounds."
Don Rickles in Casino if you gain 5 pounds. How about
Yeah.
that? Great ass.
And that's when he was like, "I can't wait to see how you spin this on air tomorrow." He'd be like, "Brian said he'd leave me if I gained any weight."
That's not spin though.
No,
if that's what he said.
If I
yeah.
gained 60 pounds, he's at 10 pounds, whatever, not a big deal. But he's like, you can't be 5'2" and 200 pounds. That's not what I'm into.
But that's the easy part. The hard part is when he said, no more than you weigh now.
That was more of like the joke, is what I mean. When we
you
get
better
into
make
it.
sure.
I hope it was a joke.
All right, I got a break. Hey, if you want to get a text for something, 35... Chubby ladies, are you mad? Shoot a text. 35192. You can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox